Atl United Fan TV 0-0 draw. First match without PT Martinez, who was in the building, but of course was not in the 23. And versus Inter Miami, it looked like, yes, we will have some room for improvement. What were your thoughts, Mark?
Yeah, it was pretty drab at the end of the day. I mean, like this match was so hyped up in preseason, like the big spending Miami, perhaps the next Atlanta versus the current Atlanta, but it was a dud. I mean, honestly, there were a few bright moments, I think, and I think Miami, over the course of the 90 minutes, looked like the better team, looked like they were the more likely to score, but overall, I just think it was a match short on quality, and certainly from an Atlanta United perspective, it just I think there was decent midfield interchanges, but that was about it. Like once it got to the final third, it just seemed like they ran out of ideas. So
Yeah. I mean, in terms of, how big of a miss is PT Martinez in this lineup, I mean, you had Ezequiel Barco start, and, was he able to maybe replicate a little bit of the the playmaking that I think PT Martinez has shown a little bit, in recent matches, or, do we still need more?
yeah, I think that you could see that probably was his role. He was probably tasked with that. Who did try to get on the ball at times, but I don't think it was as effective as, say, what we saw from PD versus Nashville. Just in general, like when PD's been the primary playmaker, I don't think Barco was able to really replicate what PD did. So, I mean, I think there's a question as to whether that's his game in general, or whether he needs a couple more matches, or we do need more. I think no question. Lineup is still a little bit lacking. I think there's a number of players that probably don't have a long-term future with Atlanta United on the roster right now. So it's just a matter of, like, I guess, kind of getting through the rest of the season and then kind of going from there.
Yeah. I mean, do you have any, maybe overarching issues with this team and how it was built? Or, I mean, do you think, is this firmly because of the pandemic? There are just so many transitional things that are happening that it may be a write-off on 2020. Especially, I think most people, or many people, were writing off the season anyway after Joseph got injured, and we aren't able to replace a designated player.
Yeah, that's and I think we were hoping when Joseph went down that maybe PD and Barco would step up. Those I know it was only Motagua, but those early matches it looked promising in terms of link up between PD and Joseph, and then Barco a little bit as well. But at the same time, there were a lot of roster moves. I think losing Darlington Nagbe was always going to be problematic and difficult to replace him. I think Kosetu does get on the ball a little bit and try to distribute and try to do a bit of the kind of play the deep line playmaker role a little bit, but I don't think it's quite the same. Yeah, I just think that we have a lot of players that are either new to the league, or young, or maybe are moving on from a previous team that are kind of letting them go, and so it just I think with the sale of PD, like going after another, and I guess they intend on signing another designated player. That'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what kind of designated player they target, and if that player can have an impact on this, for the rest of the season, and then of course going into next season.
Right. Because, yeah, Darren Eales did say today that he and they were going to make a move in this transfer window for a designated player, and that it would be an attacking player. And so, with that being said, I mean, that's obviously what we need to replace PT Martinez with, is another attacking player. But in the short term, what do you think needs improvement? Front to back, like what needs improvement the most?
Like I said, I think the midfield play was okay. I think that we do have a settled, like, that midfield three of Remedi, Hyman, Hosetu seems to be working for now. Saying the final third play, it just needs to be better. I mean, like, I don't know if it's a matter of just throwing more guys forward, or maybe the actual interchanges and exchanges need work. I don't know if it's a matter of rust with somebody like Barco, but it's really just a work in progress. I think they just got to get sharper.
Yeah.
I said, like, at moments it looked okay, but for the most part it was fairly drab performance. So it's difficult, I think, especially with the schedule, because you're playing every 3 days, and now we're playing at Orlando this weekend, and so not a lot of time to recover from this match, and then not a lot of time to prepare for that match. So
Yeah, all vitally important in when you're constructing a team / also trying to get them all up to speed, especially if they haven't played together very much in like Dom and Torres and Barco and everyone really. So yeah, well, appreciate it, Mark. We'll talk to you later.